Hello, staff of Sioux Falls School District. My name is Tiffany Svennes, and I am the creator of the Patriot Post at Lincoln High School here in Sioux Falls. Patriot Post is just an example of an academic recovery program, what I will be instructing for you today. So what is an academic recovery program? An academic recovery program is an academic intervention program that's designed especially for students who are credit deficient and can benefit from recovering classes from a midpoint instead of from the beginning of a course. Some students are only missing one puzzle piece and they don't need the entire bridge and start over. So at Lincoln High School, we have a unified school improvement plan, and this is considered our greater curriculum. The issue that we had was that our graduation rates of our subgroups was rather low for at least a few of our subgroups. The two or more races subgroup at 75%, the Hispanic Latino subgroup at 60%, and our American Indian and Alaska Native subgroup at 29%. This means that those students that we had in those subgroups did not graduate as high as the other students in other subgroups. So our goal in our Unified School Improvement Plan was to increase the graduation rates of our subgroups. We had to figure out what we were doing at Lincoln and what we could do differently, and the solution that we came up with was to create an academic recovery program. We noticed right away that the problem at Lincoln was much bigger than we thought. When compared to other high schools in the district, Lincoln High School had an overall graduation rate of 82%. Washington High School had an overall graduation rate of 83%. And Roosevelt High School had an overall graduation rate of 86%. And so to be able to look at this and say, wow, we have to do something because our graduation rates need to be higher to be able to help our students be successful in the future. The Patriot Post was our solution, and it is an academic recovery program. This is our mission statement. It says the purpose of the Patriot Post is to provide Lincoln High School students with a small, respectful, and community-focused learning environment. That through the use of instructional strategies, rigorous accountability, and structure, students can achieve academic and social success while preparing for life after high school. Students will be given opportunities to receive individualized intervention support as well as recover core course credits towards graduation. Counseling referrals are required for entry, and the Patriot Post is not designed as an immediate solution for academic or behavioral concerns. Looking at our professional development learning objectives for this time together, educators will discover and review the main elements of the academic recovery programs. Educators will understand a practical plan of implementation, and educators will reframe the impact of academic recovery for students. So what are the main elements of an academic recovery program? Well, the very first element is quality teachers. You have to have teachers specialized in content areas and teachers that can perform cross disciplines. The next element is face-to-face instruction. You must have a space to provide direct instruction to students that need it, depending on the content that they may have missed or content that they were not taught. The next element you must have is online classes. You need a platform to allow students to complete courses at their own pace, but with teacher oversight and intervention as needed. And probably the most important element of an academic recovery program is a recovery culture. A place where the narrative to students mimics the narrative of the real world. There is only the opportunity to begin, only this time more wisely. So how does this actually work? Well, let's see. big 3 steps you have to do to be able to implement an academic recovery program. Step 1, you have to get stakeholder buy-in from administration, from counselors, and from teachers. You have to get as much support as you can because the teachers and the administration and the counselors are going to be the ones referring students to your program. Number 2, determine a recovery striking grade. This basically means that if a student needs to recover a course, what is the percent that is recoverable? Considering that the classes offered are going to run for an entire semester, roughly a 30 to 40% is probably a striking grade. If a student had a 2% in the class, it's going to be hard to recover that class in the time that you would hope that they would while they were with you in your program. Step 3 is to identify students and create their pathways. This is a lot of teamwork that's going to happen with the administration, with teachers, and with counselors. So once you identify students who have those classes in the striking grade area, then you create each student's individual pathway, and it's going to look different for every student. So what is the future of academic recovery programs? What does it look like for these programs in the future? The first thing that ARPs can do is they can offer students new classes in a different environment. Students can take brand new classes in a totally different environment that's more specialized to them. Students could also have project-based learning, which would allow students to have more hands-on opportunities to learn. And you could also create condensed pathways through high school, where students could complete high school quickly without having to take the GED.